What's up, minions? In this video, we are answering the question, at what point should you hire help for your freelance business? And do you even need help in your freelance business? How big can you grow on your own? And is there going to be a point when you absolutely need to outsource some of the work and to get help? That's today's topic. If that's something you're interested in, stick around. Hey minions, if you're new to the channel and you like what I have to say, then be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. Only do this if you like what I have to say and if you want to hear more about freelancing, entrepreneurship, and personal world domination. For those who don't know me, I'm Lex DeVille, and on this channel we help freelancers break the chains that bind their minds to build a freelance empire. This video I just wanted to pop in, kind of chat with you guys a little bit about this topic. When should you outsource some of the work? When do you need to get some help? We haven't done a video in a week or two, and so, I was itching for a video, so here we are. But when do you need to get help for your freelance business? You are taking on these clients, you've got people who you're working with, you're starting to feel a little bit of maybe the pressure of having multiple clients, and your money's starting to roll in. You've got some funds now. But do you need help, and are you ready for it? And how can you kind of overcome some of the mindset issues around that? Because I know a lot of people have mindset issues when it comes to hiring help, because they're like, okay, I've got a little bit of money, I want to hold on to that for dear life. And that makes sense. It makes sense to want to hold on to some of that money. But at some point, you may want to put some of that money back into your business, invest it in yourself so that you can get to that next level. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to cover all those topics right after this. Are you looking to start or grow a freelance business? Do you need relevant, high-quality news, tips, and insights about the freelance industry? If so, join us at NotoriousF.com. NotoriousF is an online freelance news media outlet where freelancers and clients share stories, tips, and insights to help each other grow. NotoriousF covers topics like breaking freelance news, client attraction, freelance business systems, interview tips, mindset, lifestyle, and industry skills training. We share articles for freelancers around the world, whether you work through a major freelance platform like Upwork, Fiverr, or People Per Hour, as well as topics relevant for those who find clients on your own. If you are a freelancer who wants to stay up to date on industry trends, read stories by other successful freelancers, or if you have a story to share of your own, then swing by NotoriousF.com today. So as your business starts to grow, there are going to be some different points when you think about outsourcing or when you think about how you are going to continue that growth. And ultimately the decision for whether or not you should outsource is going to come down to a matter of how big you want to grow this thing. How big do you want to make this business? For a lot of people, they're going to be solopreneurs. There's a lot of you out there who just want to write, or you just want to do a little bit of design. Some of you are just doing this as a side hustle. Some of you are just doing this for some extra cash. And for that type of person, maybe outsourcing isn't going to be the exact right path for you, because you don't necessarily need to outsource in order to get to that next level. In fact, for a lot of people, if you are a solopreneur, if you are someone who's just trying to do some stuff on the side, then you can just grow to whatever level you're at. But at the same time, if you want to reach higher levels, if you want to get up to higher pay, then maybe outsourcing isn't going to be the right path for you. What you would need to do instead is to increase your prices, is to go more exclusive. If you've got a lot of clients coming in, then the more clients you have, the more leverage you have. If you lose one client, you've got another client, or you've got 2 more or 3 more clients that can replace that client. So that's leverage. That gives you all the power. And the more clients you have, the more you can afford to raise your prices, and you can even raise prices on past clients if you want. So the clients that you already have, you can increase their prices and they will still pay it, or they won't. But if you lose that client, it's no big deal because you've got more clients in the pipeline. So if you are someone who is trying to run a solopreneur business, you're trying to do this all by yourself, and you don't really want to manage people, you don't want to deal with other freelancers, then you may not need to outsource at all. And I just want to say that raise your prices, get up to some packaged offerings where you limit the stuff that you are delivering, and then offer a high price package for that thing, and that's going to help you grow to the next level. But outsourcing, if you are someone who is taking on a lot of work, let's say you are an article writer and you've got 10 or 20 clients now, and you are really burning the keyboard up with your typing because you've got so much content that you have to put out per week or per day, and now is probably a time you're thinking about, man, I could really use some help. If I could outsource some of this, then I could potentially pay somebody to take some of the work off of me. But then at the same time, there's some different factors that go into that. So if you outsource, you got to think about, is this person going to deliver quality? Are they going to try to screw me? How am I going to find somebody who's good? Are they going to be up to my standard? And are they going to deliver stuff on time? These are all factors that come into play when you're thinking about outsourcing. Also, you're getting that money right now. If you're doing, let's say, 20 articles a week, you're getting all the money from that, and you're not having to give any of that money out to anyone else. So you're reaping all of the rewards, and you've not had to outsource to someone. So is it the right time to grow? In my opinion, again, it comes down to how big do you want to scale this thing? Do you want to run a business? Do you want to turn this into an actual agency? Whether you're on Upwork or off of Upwork, and whether you want to turn this into an official Upwork agency or whatever kind of agency it would be, it doesn't matter. But if you keep growing, if you outsource, you're turning into an agency, you're taking on a new role. So are you prepared for that new role? Are you prepared to step back from some of the writing, hand it off to others, and then you manage those writers? Are you prepared to act as an editor, edit their writing so that it's good enough to deliver for your clients? Because if you're not delivering good work, if you stop delivering good work, if the quality drops, that's going to be a problem for you. So a lot of people are really scared to outsource, and I don't think that you really need to be. You can do it for low cost at first. There's still low-cost freelancers out there who will deliver good content. You've just got to find them. Some freelancers do it because they like to do this stuff. They like to help out. They enjoy writing or designing or whatever that thing is, and so they will do it for a low price. Other freelancers need to eat, and their children need to eat, and they need to put food on the table, so they'll take rates. They'll take whatever they can get. Now, does that make you a bad person if you work with somebody for really low rates? I know some freelancers out there disagree with this. Some are like, oh, this person's paying me $5 for this article when they're making $20. Does that make you a bad person? In my opinion, it does not, because if somebody needs to eat, then they're going to take what they can get, and you could just as easily go with somebody else. You've got millions of freelancers to choose from, so I don't think it makes you a bad person if you start out with low rates because you're a little bit timid in this area, or you're just getting to a point where your business is becoming established, and so you're putting out your feelers, you're putting out some low rates. Maybe you'll pay people higher later on. However you want to do it, it's all just business. So I don't think you need to get in a mindset of being a bad person. Like a lot of these, some freelancers will try to make you feel. They'll try to make you feel bad for offering a low rate, but they don't really understand the business side of things. They don't, like, a lot of people don't understand that when you pay outsourcers, or when you pay to outsource work, not only do you have to pay that person, but you also have to put in time and effort with them. You have to put in time to edit their work. You have to put in time to find the right people and deliver and communicate with clients. And there's a lot of stuff that you're not getting paid for. So you're actually taking less money overall to do more work. And that's something you have to be thinking about. Now, as you grow, maybe you add a freelance manager who comes in, and that person manages all your freelancers. And then you have to pay that person. That cuts your profits even more. So eventually you're going to have to raise your prices, just like if you were a solopreneur, if you want to be profitable. But we're talking about outsourcing and when is the right time for that. In my opinion, the right time is just before you get to the point where you are going to have way too much work. Like just before you get to the point where you definitely can't take on any more clients. If you do, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to be able to deliver work on time. The quality is going to drop from you. Your quality is going to drop. That's where you need to start doing it. In fact, I would say even a couple of clients before you get to that point, you need to start at least putting out some lower price gigs so that you can start to offload some of the work, and maybe just bring on one person at a time. You don't need a whole bunch of freelancers. Just start with one. Start posting a job out there, looking for that one freelancer who is going to be one good person, and take your time on this. You don't want to hire fast, because if you outsource fast, you're going to get crap quality. There are a lot of people who call themselves different things out there. I'm an expert content writer, I'm an expert designer, I'm an expert developer, whatever that thing is, and they'll take low rates, they'll call themselves experts. You get in there and find out they're not an expert. They're not an expert at all. And if you would have spent more time digging into that person, looking at their past work, looking at their project, reading over their bio and their portfolio, or even getting on a call with them to find out who they really are, then you would have learned a lot about them. You would have learned that they're not going to be the kind of person who's going to deliver high quality stuff. So if you decide to outsource, the point to do it is just before you get overwhelmed. You need to start thinking about it early on. if that's where you want to go. If you want to grow your business big, if you want to be able to make a lot more money and bring in a lot more profit, then you're going to need to outsource at some point in order to scale. Otherwise, it's all based on you and what you're kind of limited to your time. As a solopreneur, you're limited by your time, so you have to raise your prices through the roof if you want to be able to get to the next level. But just before you get to that point where you can't take on any more work, you can start putting out your feelers. Go hire one at a time, or maybe interview multiple people and give them all test projects. So that's another thing you can do. I give people test projects and I'll say, okay, this is going to be $5 for this first gig, and it's going to be a test project, or it's going to be $10 once I decide if you're the right person or not, or $25 or whatever rate that is that you want to pay. There's no wrong rate though. I do want to mention that because I talked about it a minute ago, the mindset. Some freelancers are going to think that you're a bad person for putting work out there. For example, the other day I was browsing a freelance forum, and there was a person who posted they made a forum post, and on that forum post they were talking about, well, am I getting paid fair rates? This client's paying me X amount of dollars and I don't know how much they're getting paid. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, if he's paying you this, then he's probably earning this. And the freelancer's response to that was, well, what a crap client, what a shitty person to be paying me so low whenever he's making so much. And in my head, I'm just like, is he really a bad person? Like, why is he a bad person? If he didn't hire you, you wouldn't be earning any money. You would be earning zero. And if you're earning, let's say, $10 an article or $5 an article, that's more than zero. And judging by this person's writing, I could tell that they weren't going to get hired at higher rates. It just doesn't matter. They could apply all day long. They're not going to get hired at higher rates than that because their product sucked, like they sucked. I could tell from their posts. They just didn't have the quality of writing. They're calling themselves a content expert. They didn't write clean English. They didn't write with, clean spelling and grammar and things that matter for that. So if you are someone who is out there and you're looking for work and you need work and you get hired by someone and now you're getting these rates, this is for the freelancers. You can't have this mindset of this person's a bad person because they're paying me such a low amount. You accepted that amount. Nobody held a you-know-what to your head and made you do it. Nobody's forcing you to take that gig. You needed money and this person offered money, and so you accepted that. And now you're angry because that person is not paying you enough in comparison to what they're earning. But you're also not factoring in the time it's going to take that person to correct all your mistakes, to edit your work, to deliver it to the client, to work with the clients. They're pulling clients. They bring the clients. You wouldn't have work if they didn't bring clients because you couldn't get clients. So that's something to think about from the freelance side. But on the outsourcing side, again, if you're looking to scale this, then the point to start to do this is before you reach maximum capacity. Before you really think you're ready even, I would say it's time to start outsourcing. Who do you want to start outsourcing with? Well, the person you need the most. So if you're a content writer, you need a content writer to get in there. You can hire virtual assistants later on. You can hire managers and stuff later on. Get you a content writer, test them, build instructions and detailed instructions for exactly how you want things. The more you can give them an outline, the better it's going to be. These are just things that I've learned over the years from hiring different types of freelancers. And lately I'm hiring a lot more freelancers through Notorious F. That's something that we've been kind of doing, paying more people for writing and things like that. So I'm getting to see more of this and more of it in kind of a shorter time frame. So it's all kind of jumbled up in my mind. But as I begin to outsource more for more of this work, it's kind of nice to see this from more of the client perspective and to be able to deliver some different stuff to you guys. So if you are at that point where you're reaching maximum capacity, you are really pushing it on the quality you can deliver because of the limitations on your time, and you want to continue to scale and grow and earn more money, then it may be time to start thinking about bringing on at least one other freelancer. And then when that person is profitable enough that you're making money from them, move to the next level, hire a second one, and then a third one, and then a fourth one. And eventually you can hire people to hire people for you, hire managers to manage those people for you, and grow this into a huge agency if that was your long-term goal. Personally, it's not my goal, but I do have to hire people for our current website because I just can't do all the writing myself. So that's kind of what we're doing. But yeah, if you are an individual, if you're a solopreneur, if you are just looking to grow to X level, you don't really care about building a huge business, or maybe you want to build a pretty big business but not have a whole bunch of people working for you, then all you got to do is raise your prices, and package your services so that you don't have to spend all of your time doing stuff. And when I say package, if I put this into like an article example, let's say you write 4 articles per month for a client for $500. That's a package, right? And 4 articles per month isn't going to take you very long. Let's say it's 500 word articles. Those are pretty short, and you make $500 off of that. That's a good exchange, right? So you make package your services, increase the price, and it doesn't have to be $500. It could be $1,500. It could be $2,500. It could be whatever that is worth for you. And then when you find those exact right clients for you, they're going to pay you for that, and you're going to make a lot more money as an individual. And that's how you can scale to a 6-figure level if you want as a solopreneur. But if you are reaching maximum capacity and you want to grow beyond that, if you want to grow into a legitimate business with people working for you and having huge volumes of clients, or just working with bigger clients, you're going to need a team, and that needs to happen before you reach the point where your quality starts to diminish, because once that quality starts going down, you're going to start losing clients, and then that's going in the opposite direction for you, and that is not something you'd want. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in a comment down below. Which one of these paths are you going with? Are you more of the kind of person who wants to be a solopreneur and work for yourself and not have a team? Or is it maybe time for you to start outsourcing, start thinking about outsourcing and how you can bring on new people for your business? Let me know in a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell if you liked anything in this video. I'm Lex DeVille. I'll see you next time.